Welcome to the Omnism Spiritual Channel. My name is Zachary Bennett. Before we begin, take one breath. Not to change anything, not to fix anything, just to notice that you are here. Because today, we're talking about something deceptively simple and quietly revolutionary. Accepting yourself. Not improving yourself. Not transcending yourself. Not becoming someone else, but accepting yourself. Every spiritual teacher pointed here, even if they used different words. And every human struggle circles the same wound. I am not enough as I am. So let's listen, not to one voice, but to many voices speaking as one. Christ consciousness begins with a radical truth. You are already loved before you change. Jesus did not wait for people to become worthy. He ate with the rejected. He touched the untouchable. He forgave before repentance made sense. Why? Because acceptance is what heals, not punishment. Love your neighbor as yourself was never a moral command. It was a psychological and spiritual insight. If you cannot accept yourself, your love for others will always be conditional. Christ consciousness says, stop trying to earn love. Rest in it. Peace begins when you stop arguing with your own existence. Buddha consciousness approaches the same truth from another direction. The Buddha didn't say, you are broken. He said, you are suffering because you resist reality, including the reality of yourself, your thoughts, your habits, your pain, your imperfections. Suffering isn't caused by having flaws. Suffering is caused by hating yourself for having them. Buddha consciousness teaches, what you resist persists. What you allow transforms. Acceptance is not approval. It is clarity. And clarity is peace. Tao consciousness whispers where others preach. Stop forcing. The Tao does not ask a river to become straighter. It does not shame a tree for growing crooked. Wee woo. Effortless action begins with self-permission. When you accept yourself, you stop swimming upstream against your own nature, and peace arrives, not as an achievement, but as enlightenment. You were never meant to be optimized. You were meant to be aligned. Vedanic consciousness goes even deeper. It says the self you're trying to fix isn't who you are. Your anxiety is not you. Your trauma is not you. Your past is not you. You are the awareness in which all of that appears. Acceptance here isn't psychological. It's ontological. You stop identifying with the story and rest as the witness. And when you stop confusing yourself with your wounds, peace stops being distant. It becomes obvious. Muhammad consciousness brings discipline to acceptance, not self-indulgence, not ego worship, but dignity. To surrender is not to give up. It is to stop pretending you were in control of everything. Self-acceptance here means I am a servant of what is greater than me, and that is enough. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy. You have to be sincere. Peace comes when your inner life and outer actions are aligned under something higher than your ego. Sufi consciousness sings what others say plainly. Rumi did not say, become flawless. He said, where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. Your broken places are not disqualifications, they are doorways. Self-acceptance here is not self-obsession. It is falling in love with existence as it expresses itself through you. And when love replaces judgment, peace follows naturally. Indigenous consciousness reminds us of something modern life forgot. You belong. Not because you achieved something. Not because you earned your place. Because you are here. You belong to the land, to the breath, to the web of life. Self-acceptance is remembering that you were never meant to stand alone. Omnism consciousness doesn't replace these teachings. It integrates them. It says, you don't need to choose one lens. You need to remember the whole. Acceptance is not passive. It is courageous. It requires letting go of the fantasy of who you should be, and that could feel like a small death. But on the other side of that death is peace. Not because life becomes easy, but because you stop fighting yourself. Do this now. Let's ground this. Right now, silently, complete this sentence. I allow myself to be human. No fixing. No bargaining. No future promises. Just permission. Notice what happens in your body. That softening. That exhale. That's peace beginning. Not from effort, but from acceptance. Every teacher said it differently, but they all pointed here. You are not at war with yourself. You never were. Peace is not found by becoming someone else. Peace is found when you finally stop leaving yourself behind. You are allowed to be you. And that is where true peace begins.